Good morning, everyone. Since now it's already 6 minutes past 9, I think we shall start. Hopefully, other colleagues who already registered will join us later. So, again, good morning to all of you. Thank you for joining our first session for the training series on utilization of small area estimations. First of all, we would like to thank BPS-Statistics Indonesia who lead these activities, and we also would like to thank Philippines and Thailand who will also join Indonesia to be a resource person during our series of training. For today, it will be the first topic on introduction to our program. I hope you already read through all the document that sent earlier by Hanik for the preparation that you need to do for our capacity building trainings. Hopefully you already also prepare some data to be used for the exercise during the series of our activities. For today's will be led by BPS Statistik Indonesia because basically they are the expert on using the R program for the small area estimation. And the second one next week, just to remind you again that we will have a training every week. So I think Hanik already sent you the complete one. Mostly is every Tuesday and Wednesday, except in this 1 week that we have different date because ASEAN staff have another meetings. Thank you, Hanik, for showing the complete agenda. So we will have another introduction to software, which is Stata during the top I think 1, 2, 3, the fourth week of our trainings. It will be conducted together with some implementation already by Philippines because they are using the Stata in their implementation of small area estimation. So hopefully with these two software, you can later on you can do some exercise and implement in your country using your real data. I think without further ado, I will pass to our colleagues from BPS Statistik Indonesia. May I check Mbak Erna or Mbak Dewi? Please, Mbak Erna, if you
Yes,
have something to say before we start our session, please.
thank you Mbak Warda and Mbak Hani from ASEAN Secretariat and other participants that joining this sharing session today from AMS. Basically, the introduction program in R will be divided uh, into for today's session. Will be presented by Dewi, and tomorrow we will have session presented by me. So basically, in the first day, we're gonna have kind of like introduction into our programming. So we are gonna go very basic in the first day, and it's very beginner friendly. So and during the second day we will have do like kind of practice. I will distribute the demi data so everyone can try and can explore with their own R programming. And the good thing about R is it's open software. You can freely download it with R. So That's all, Mbak Wardah. It's kind of like introduction from me. So I will pass on to Mbak Dewi to present for today's session. Pass on to Mbak Dewi.
Thank you, Mbak Erna, for the introduction of today's session. Should we start now?
Yes, please, Mbak Dewi. But maybe before we start, I just would like to uh, reiterate again. Hanik already sent you the information note, and which include also information on how to install the R and RStudio package in your laptop. So hope you already try. And then if you have any issue, let us know later. Another important information that I would like to raise also regarding the participation. We really expect that the same participants will join our training series from the first one until the last one. So there is a continuity on the sharing of knowledge. And then it will be you can get the comprehensive knowledge before we do we before you implement the small area estimation in your country. So I think that's all from me, and pass to Mbak Dewi, please, to start the session.
Okay, thank you, Bu Sri, for the information. And good morning, everyone. Thank you for the opportunity to speak to you today. My name is Dewi Krismawati from BPS. I'm excited to present in this session of BFO Action. We want to, as Mbak Erna said, we want to exploring about basic R programming for statistic data analysis and data preprocessing. This materials will be delivered by Ms. Dian Niker Larasati, but she was unable due to business trip to Bali. Therefore, I would like to ask permission to deliver the material that she has arranged. So this material will tell about the fundamental or the foundation knowledge and practical skill need to explore the R programming. Well, let me share screen first. Okay. Is my screen already displayed to you all? Okay. So the presentation, that's all data preprocessing with R. Let's begin with the warming up question. All of the participants hopefully can join or answer this question. Have you ever installed R and RStudio? You can give a reaction, or maybe should I
And
use a polling?
for okay, I think someone already gave reaction in the chat box.
Okay. Okay. Yes.
Mostly say yes.
Okay. Is there anyone have not installed R? Okay. Okay. I think everyone already installed R. So the second question is, have you ever done data analysis with R? Can you also give a reaction about no? No? No?
Mhm.
Okay. So if you haven't used R before, this material will suit to you because we want to talk about the basic about R. So what is R? As Mbak Erna said, this is the open source, so you can use it freely. This R is programming language for statistical computation and can provide graphic. It's open source, so you can use without a need license. R is also provide wide range of statistical processing, such as linear and nonlinear modeling, classic statistical analysis, time series analysis, classification, clustering, or maybe you can enhance with machine learning algorithm using R. R is highly extensible because it's mainly maintained by various contributors from academic circle. I think some of our college, if they learn about statistical, maybe time series is already use R. So these two software is already installed in your computer. The first is R programming language, and the second is RStudio. I assume that you already install both software, right? The R programming and RStudio. Is it true? Yeah. So everyone already installed R and RStudio. So for the introduction, R is launched in 1993 by Ros Ihaka and Robert Gentleman. And the QE version or RStudio is available to you all. It is free and open source and support RMarkdown. So in this session or in this workshop, we mainly use RMarkdown. So in RMarkdown, we can put code or the script and also create output in PDF or maybe in Word or another presentation format. If you want install the R version, like RStudio, you can also use R via RStudio Cloud. So yeah, this is a statistical software, but also a language. So I use R because it's reproducible. If one of your college already built the data and data analysis there, another college can also run in another computer. So maybe we can skip this presentation because you all the participants already install R and RStudio. So maybe we begin with the, I think everyone can open RStudio interface and give the introduction that the left one is the panel R is where our script are written. So everyone will write the code here in this panel, panel A. The panel B is the console panel. In the panel B, we'll show the result of execute our script. You write in the panel A, and the result will shown in panel B. The third panel is panel C. It contains tabs such as environment, history, connection, and tutorial. The environment tab shows entities that program like variables, dataset, and model. So if we want to practice, we can, is everyone already have the material or the basic R markdown? Is the material is already distributed to all the all participants?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Or maybe you can, because I sense that haven't received the
Material.
yes.
Okay, I will
So
distribute.
maybe you can just share in the chat box, please.
Okay, I will send the R markdown. Wait a minute.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Wait. And the panel D, its content tabs such as file, plots, package, hot, viewer, and presentation. Maybe we can try each panel later. So the first thing what we want to do is creating our project. An R project is like a workspace where all files related to specific project are stored. It's recommended to have an R project for its tasks to ensure reproducibility and better organization. So we can try open R. I will share my screen.
Please anyone, if you face any difficulties, you may raise your hand. Or if you have any question to Miss Dewi, please also you can raise your hand or you can write in the chat box. Thank you.
Okay. So this is the step. You can open your RStudio, file, new project, and create new directory and type your project or directory name. For example, in this case, user/Diar Larasati/document. Then we can type your project name here. So I will try to open my RStudio. So you can check file, new project, new directory, new project, and type your directory name. For example, workshop. If you want to make a Git repository, you can check here. If not, then just uncheck. This is the R project or the folder that you want to put the project of R. Sorry. So this is the B panel, R console. This is the C panel, the environment. And this is the D panel for the files. Okay. Is everyone already success creating our project?
May we check everyone? Okay, yes, from Miss Young Thai from Myanmar. How about others?
Yes, we are still doing.
Okay.
Okay,
Oh,
we're
maybe.
waiting. How
Okay.
about others from other countries? Do you have any difficulties? Can you follow the steps? May I check from Lao? Can you follow the steps? or from Vietnam? Not yet. Okay.
Okay,
Okay. Maybe you can. Is there any error or something?
okay, maybe I will
Vietnam. Okay.
okay.
Okay. Lao.
So uh
Do you have any problems? Maybe Mbak Dewi, you can
continue.
explain again so Lao
Okay.
can be clearer.
Okay. So the step, open your RStudio, then click in a file, new project.
Maybe. Sorry, Miss Dewi. There is a message from Lao. Maybe I install not the RStudio. So maybe you
Okay.
can try to install RStudio now,
Yeah.
Miss or no, Mister. I don't know. Oh, I think
Sama-sama ya.
Myanmar already okay. What about Cambodia? Are you successfully follow the steps to create the R project? May we check? Is there any participant from Cambodia joining? Let me check. What about our participants from Thailand? Everyone okay on creating the R project? No respond. Hmm. Lao, can you successfully install RStudio? Since no respond, maybe we can
Okay.
trying to install RStudio. Okay.
Okay, so told you before that there are two software need to install. The first is R and the second is RStudio. So the R is for the programming language and the RStudio is ADE. So we can use or code the R in a beautiful way because it's already contain script, the output, and the file. So I think the one who already installed R, maybe in our college from Lao is haven't installed RStudio, but we can wait. So this is the interface. If you first open the RStudio, the panel A for code, or maybe we can write a script there. The B is the output. The C is the environment, and the D is a file. Or maybe we can also check the package that we want to install in a panel D. This is the step for creating our project. File, new project, new directory, new project, and write your project name and where you want to put the project, our project. Then click create project. Okay.
Maybe while waiting for Mr. Samsamai install the RStudio, if any other participant would raise a question to Miss Dewi, you are pleased to convey your question. Or is there any other participant that have not installed the RStudio yet or face a difficulty? You can raise that issue here also. So anyone have a question already about the software or face the difficulties in installing RStudio?
Or maybe we can just continue, Mbak Dewi,
Okay,
and
I
then we
will
can
continue the
assist
presentation.
later on.
Okay. Like to continue the presentation. Okay, after creating new project, we can create RMarkdown. RMarkdown is an extension for Markdown language designed for creating dynamic document that integrated R code, R output such as plot and data tables, and written narrative. So we can combine the narrative, the script, and the output in one file, namely RMarkdown. It is a powerful tool used for reproducible research, report generation, presentation, and more. With RMarkdown, you can write documents that include code, execute code, and include its result directly in a document, all in one cohesive format. So in R, we can create new R script or R Markdown. In R script, you just write your code. But in R Markdown, we can combine code, output, and narrative in one file. To create R Markdown, you can install in a package, install. Then from repository CRAN, you can create, we can write R Markdown. Then click install. If anyone already install package R Markdown, you can create R Markdown by click File, New File, then click R Markdown. There will be a new window, namely New R Markdown. Then choose document and write your title file. In this case, the title is data preprocessing. In the new R Markdown window is also define author. In this case is Diar Larasati, and the date is actually by default is today. The first time you create the R Markdown document. But if you check use current date, means that the date will be changed whenever you need the R Markdown file. Also, you can choose the output format, whether HTML, PDF, or Word file. In this case, we choose the HTML output format and click OK. So maybe I want to show the RStudio. Wait a minute. So first we check the package. You can search R Markdown here. You can check here. So in the output will be library RMarkdown. Maybe this means that we already load the RMarkdown library. And creating new file RMarkdown, and you can type your title document. For example, data reapproaches. It's also contain name as the author and the date. By default, date will be date where when you create this document. But if you check the use current date, is it will be show when you need the document. And the option for the output format will be HTML, PDF, or Word. If you choose HTML, then click OK. This is the RMarkdown document. Data preprocessing. This is the author name. This is the date. So if you choose a check for the R system, the output will be rsys.date packet. If you choose today, you uncheck the checkbox, then it will be 22 October 2024. And if we choose the HTML as our output document, then the output will be HTML. But don't worry, if you want to change the output into PDF or Word, you can knit into HTML, PDF, or Word. So take for example, if we want to knit the document into HTML, we can click example, try. This is the default document, and if you need, this is the output of data preprocessing. This is the default HTML file that we created before. RMarkdown. This is the file title that you put before, author and date today. This is the explanation or the narrative. This is the code. This is the output. It is also the narrative, and this is the output. So can you repeat to create our markdown? Okay, I will repeat. So here you can choose file, new file, RMarkdown. Then type your title. Exploratory data analysis. If you uncheck, the date will be 2024 October 2020. If you check here, then it will change every time you render or you need the document. And you can choose the output format, either HTML, PDF, or Word document. Then click OK. Or the second option, if you want to create a RMD document, you can choose the plus here, plus above file, plus. There will be several options, and we can choose RMarkdown. This is the second option if you want to create new RMarkdown document. And then it will show you a new RMarkdown window. Okay, so everyone already created RMarkdown document? No, you don't install RMarkdown. Then you can install the RMarkdown by click in a package. I will show you. Okay. If you haven't installed the package, you can go to the panel D. This is the panel D. And click into package and check the RMarkdown. This is the first option. And the second option, you can also write here, library bracket RMarkdown. Then enter. It will load the RMarkdown document. So there is two options. The first option is click in a panel D, tap package. Then you write here in a search RMarkdown. Then you check here. The second option, you can write library, then RMarkdown here, and click and enter. Type enter. No, by default, it's already here, already available in RStudio. Can you show us your R version? I use 4.1 for the R version. Are any participant already created our Markdown file? Okay, I think already available in 4.2.1 because in this session we learn the basic R. Is there any problem in creating our Markdown file? Okay, you can drop your question in a chat box and I'll try to answer. Okay. So after creating our Markdown document, then we can playing around or deep down into the code. So this is the component of our Markdown document. This is the initial display for our Markdown. There is in the top of the our Markdown document will be title, author, date, and output. Then this is the header. title, author, date, and output. Then the second is the need. Need means the setting for our markdown document. If we put true, means that in a HTML document, we want to show the script and the output. But if we set the equal false, means that in a HTML document only contain the output and the script will be hide. Then so both header and the setting is already default when created our markdown document. We can manipulate, or maybe we can create the narrative, or maybe give an explanation about the documents, or maybe an explanation about the graph or anything in a text section. So in a text section, in a white section, text for documentation, you can write anything here, like narration, interpretation of chart, or anything. This is the title. So in a title, we put double crest here, and the word, or maybe the type, will be in a blue one. And in the black one is the narrative that we want to put in a HTML document. The second section is the chunk or code chunk. This is an encapsulate our code in a chunk that can be executed within the document. So we put the narrative in the white section, and we put the code in a gray section or in a chunk. The white section will be narrative, and the gray section will be code or R code. So we want to practice. So in R code that already created, this is the header. It's already given when we created our markdown document. This is the setting of HTML document that we want to show after we need or we produce the HTML document. The echo equals true means that the HTML document contains script and the output. But if we type false, means that the HTML document only contains output of the script. This section is narrative or text. You can type anything. Maybe you want to give an explanation about the document that you want to create it, or maybe you want to explanation about the graph that you already created. And the second section, the gray one, is a chunk. Chunk means where you can put the R code. Okay. We can put the basic R, the R markdown that already shared in a chat box, in the files here. We can put the basic R in a files, where we can put in a file explorer. So you can put your basic R.rmd in a in a workspace or a project that you already created. So you can copy the basic r.rmd in a folder that where you created the R project. If you already paste in a folder that you already created, then it will be shown in a D panel or panel D here. Then you can open the script here. Is everyone already reached into this step? Is there any difficulties? So the target is you copy or you downloaded the basic r.rmd in a chat box and copy into the file explorer where you created the R project, and it will be shown in a panel D here. Okay, everyone already open the R basic here. So this is the explanation of each panel. The panel A is the script on the narrative that we want to create it. The panel B here is the output of each task. The panel panel C is the environment. The panel D is file explorer or maybe a package tab. Is everyone or all the participants already reached into this step? I will try also share the bank.csv and countries1.csv. Wait a minute. Okay, in a checkbox, I already shared about basic r.rmd, countries1.csv, and bank.csv. Are everyone already reached into this step? Okay, yes. That's good. Then we want to have next explanation about the code. So the first thing in a basic r.rmd is loading R package. A package is a collection of functions used for specific tasks. A package must be loaded to use them in R. Installation is done once, but they need to be loaded in each section. So install.pkg package is the function for install it package, and library is a function to load it package. So take tidy first, for example. Install.package bracket tidy first means we want to install package tidy first in our environment. Then we type library bracket tidy first means we want to load tidy first in our project. So the first type is install.package means we want to install tidy first. In the first time, we want to load the tidy first into our environment. But the library bracket tidy first means we want to load tidy first into our R package, R project. In this section, we use two packages, namely tidyverse and here. Tidyverse is used commonly for data manipulation or maybe some of machine learning project because it is a combination of several R package, namely ggplot, dylbr, and etc. Maybe in this slide we'll nah. This tidyverse is a collection of R package designed for data science. All the package share an underlying design philosophy, grammar, and data structure, which make data manipulation, data exploration, and visualization easier. The core package in the tidyverse include ggplot2, dplyr, tidyr, readyr, pur, table, stringr, and forcats. ggplot2 is a popular R package for data visualization. dplyr is for data manipulation, tidyr for data tidying, readr is for data import, pur for functional programming, table for modern rethinking of data frames, stringr for string manipulation, and forcats for working with a factor or categorical data. So this is the explanation of dplyr. dplyr is used for data manipulation. It's essential for transforming and summarizing data. It includes functions that work efficiently for data frame. Some function in dplyr, namely filter to select row based on condition, select for select specific columns, mutate for create or modify columns, summarize for collapse data into summary statistic, arrange row by value or one or more columns, group by by a factor for subsequent summary operation. So all the function of dplyr here will be present in a basic r.rmd. We also want to make a visualization using package ggplot. ggplot2 is used for creating static, animated, and interactive data visualization. The core function in ggplot2 is ggplot, which initial a plot project. Some function in a ggplot, namely ggplot for initiate a plot and specific the data, geompoint to create a scatter plot, geomline to creating line plot, geombar to creating a bar chart. Okay, we will try to run each line of basic r.rmd. But before, I want to make sure that all participants already reach into this step. Are all the participants already put the basic r.rmd here, bank.csv and country.csv? Can you give me a feedback by comment yes or no in a chat box? There are 3 files that should be in your R project, namely basic r.rmd, bank.csv, and countries1.csv. Is it yes? Okay. Okay. If any difficulties, you can drop your question in a chat box and I'll try to answer. So as said before, this is the installation code, install.package bracket tidyverse and install.package here. Here is used to make an direction or address where we put the RMD and the file in the same project. We can use here. So this is the second option is write the complete address. For example, C /document/bank.csv maybe. So instead of we write the complete address, we can use the package here. And the second package we want to install is tidyverse. So we can run each line by, if we want to run each line, we can click into, you can type Control and Enter. Means we run a chunk here. Then we can also Control.Enter, means we want to install here. And this is the second step. We want to load it package into our project. We can use library tidyverse. We load library here. This is the explanation of library tidyverse. We each contains several packages, namely eplyr, forecast, ggplot2, lubridate, pour, readr, stringr, table, and tidr. So tidyverse is common package that contain several packages. Then we load the here library by put the Control Enter and Control Enter into library foreign, Control Enter into library FISDAT. If we click, if we type the Control plus Enter, then in a console or panel B, console panel, it runs what we doing in a panel A. So the panel is where we run or doing something, and the panel B and a console panel will display the output of what we are doing in panel A. The second option, if we want to run each chunk, we can click in this gray in a top right top here, run current chunk. If we run here, means that we run every line in this chunk. So we run every line in this chunk by click in gray right above each chunk. This is the explanation of run current chunk. Okay, so this is the preparation step, is the package and load the package. This is for install package, and this is for loading its package using library. Okay, the first thing to do is read the data. In R, there are several data sources that we can read or we can doing data exploration. The first is reading data from our repository. So the Swiss is data that already available in our repository. And the f.swiss is a variable that we type. So we can type anything, or you can name each variable but what you want. For example, the f.swiss means that we want to create a variable, namely the f.swiss. The f means data frame. So if we run this by typing Control Enter, in a panel C, or the environment, that's already one line in a data, the f.swiss. This data frame contains 47 observation of 6 variables. You can click in a blue icon here, and this is 6 variables that already state in a Swiss data frame, namely fertility, agriculture, examination, education, Catholic, and infant mortality. Fertility have a data type num or numeric, agriculture num, examination integer, education integer, Catholic num, infant mortality num or numeric. Or if you want to show in a beautiful format, we can double click here and it will show into a table. So same as here, the df.swiss or data frame Swiss or have 6 variables, namely fertility, agriculture, examination, education, Catholic, and infant mortality, and have 47 observation. Maybe the row is 77 and 47 observation, or have 6 column and 47 row. This is the definition of data df.swiss. Okay. Is everyone already shown the df.swiss in each RMarkdown project? Can you give me a feedback by type in a comment chat box? So this is the df.swiss data frame Swiss. Are every participant already reached into its step? Okay. Yes. This is the first data sources that we explore, is data from our repository. The second option is we want to reading data from a URL. So maybe in a Kaggle or another data, open data sources is provided with data that can access from the URL. So we can read the data from the URL by using read.csv. So df.hdi means name of the data or name of data set that we want to create it. Then read.csv is a function that we use to read data from the URL. And we put the URL into the bracket after read.csv. We can run by typing control.enter. If we have the red, means the R is already processing our script and we should white in the process. And if it already move our change into the green one, mean the process is already finished. And the cPanel or the environment panel is already show the df.hdi. Such like before, in a df.hdi, it's content of 9 variables and 204082 observation. Maybe it's show the row and it show the columns. So df.hdi contain 9 columns and 204082 rows. And this is the name of each column, each variable. We also can see the df.hdi by double click into this data set. So this is the description of each variable. And this is the tables, data frame, HDI. Or the third option, if we want to know the df.hdi, is type here. You can type view and you put the data frame or the name of variable or data set df.hdi. It's also this function is if we want to view or we want to show the table. So by click Control and Enter, it's also provide or show us the tables of HDI. Okay. The third data source that we want to read is from the GSV file. In a column, in a comment of the chat, we want to I show you the countries 1.csv and bank.csv. So we want to use two data set or two GSV and put it into our environment by type df.bank. So you can name the data set by your own language, or maybe you want to create like a dot or a dot bank, or maybe anything, just bank. It's optional. It's optional. This is the name of the data set, so it's optional. It's up to you. You can name it anything. And this is the function read.csv, and you put the bank.csv here. Here is the package that already installed before. Here it used to define where you put the data and the package in the same place. Because if you did not use here, you should write the address of the CSV. For example, C /document/ your project name /bank.csv, for example. But if you use here, it simply simplify the address. So we can put here, bank.csv. You can also run by typing Control Enter, and it's already here in the environment. So the data frame or data set bank is contain 70 variables or 17 columns and 11,162 observation. This is the number of the row, and this is number of columns. You can double click and show the data set. So in the data sets contain variable age, job, marital, education, default, balance, housing, etc. And countries, just the same like before. We can name everything, but you want up to you. And you can use this function, read the CSV and the address of your file. So this is the third option if you want to read the dataset from the CSV file. The fourth option, if you want to read the data from another extension such as SPSS, you can use read.spss. So this is df.exam, read.spss. I'm sorry, I already am not give you the exam.sub file. But should I share to you exam.sub? So I already shared the exam.sub is dummy variable from the SPSS, and you can run. This is encode from the SPSS file, and it's already here, the df.exam. It's content 4 variables and 42 rows. Gender, ID, gender, exam, score. This section is for reading the data. Is there any question, or all the participants already reach into this step, reading the data? So in conclusion, in R language or R programming, we can read data from many data sources, namely R repository, from the URL, from the CSV file, or maybe you have an Excel file. You also can use the SPSS file or database file like DBF. Is there any question? Okay. If there's no question, I will continue the material into the symbols, or maybe it's a common function for exploratory. Data exploratory is summary. Like in a slide before, summary is use dplyr package to show the statistic of each dataset. For example, we want to show the statistic of dataset bank that we already show before. There are contain 17 variables and 11162 row. We can run the chunk by click into gray here, or maybe you can put the cursor in the left of the summary and type Control Enter, Control plus Enter, or run here. Summary will give you the summarization or the statistic of each variable. So in the df.bank, there are content of 17 variables, namely age, job, marital, education, default, balance, housing, loan, contract, day, month, duration, campaign, PDIs, previews, outcome, and deposit. And each variable will show the minimum value, the first quantile, median, mean, third quantile, and maximum value. This is for integer format. So the age variable data type is integer. But in a variable job, the data type is character. So the summarization is length, class, and mode. This is the summarization of character data type. But if we have the integer data type or numeric data type, we can show the minimum value, maximum value, median, mean, and the first and third quantile. So this is the summarization of each variable. Age, job, marital, education, default, balance, housing, loan, contact, day, month, duration, campaign, days, previews, outcome, and deposit. It show here in the output of RMarkdown document in panel A, and also it show here in a panel B because we run the summary of DF band. So it's also shown in a panel B, panel A, and panel B. Okay, the basic exploratory data analysis is using function summary. The next, if you want to change the data type, in a job here is a character. So R will, by default, will define the integer, numeric, or character data type. But if we want to change the data type, maybe, for example, job here, there are admin, technician, service. As a categorical data, we can use as factor. So in the change of data type, we use package tidyverse that contain package dplyr to run or to manipulate the data from character type into categorical data. To change the character into categorical data, we use s.factor. So from data bank, input name. And this is the new variable, but in this case, the new variable is the same as an input data frame. This is the output and this is the input, because we just want to manipulate the data type. So the input and the output data frame is just the same. Then we use the function mutate to transform the data and change the job variable from character into categorical. So job equals s.factor bracket checkup job. Sorry, job here is the character. As factor, it means change into categorical data, and the new variable will same, just the same. The name is job. Marital is also we change the character data type into categorical data. Just the same with education, default, and all the character here. We as a statistician, we want to change the character data type into categorical data, so we use as factor. To run all the chunk, this is the function, by clicking the green here, or you can put the cursor in before the f.bang and type Control Enter. So if you show the differences before from character into factor. Factor means categorical variable with 20 level means admin, blue coral, etc. Marital factor or categorical variable with 3 level, divorce, married, etc. Education factor with 4 level, primary, secondary, and etc. So we change the data set from the character into categorical data using as factor. And if we want to summarize the new data set, namely the f.bang, we can use summary. So if previously the character will give you length, class, and mode, in factor data, we can count the numbers of row in each factor. So job, factor 1 is management. There are 2,566 row. Blue coral, 1,944 row. Technician, 1,823 rows. Admin, 1,334 rows, and etc. So in a factor, we count the number of each row or each factor. For marital, they are divorced, married, and single. The divorce is 1,293 rows, married 6,351 rows, and single 3,518 rows. So for the factor, the summary will be different with the character data type. Okay. This is the summary or exploratory data analysis for dataset BPS. Next step in the exploratory data analysis, we want to check if there is missing value in each variable of dataset BPS. We can use _miss, and the input is ef.bang as a dataset input that we defined before, and one large data false. Can run. It shows that all the variables is 0% of missing value. Means that all observation in each variable is complete or present 100%. So you can check the missing value using _miss, or maybe you can use is.na for checking the missing value of each variables. Okay, next step in the process of exploration, we can select the data. As told you before, in the dplyr package, we can manipulate the data into using several commands. Maybe if you're familiar with a database or SQL language, there are also a function of select, filter, and another selection the data. In this case, we want to select, means we want to create a subset of data. So for example, in the df.bank before, it's contained 18 variables. If we run select die, month, age, and balance, the df.bank only contain 4 variables. Okay, so in a select function, we choose the variable that related into next analysis. So we can run. So this from the 18 variables, we just select 4 variables, namely day, month, age, and balance. We use the dplyr package and select function. Then we choose the name of columns that we want to explore. Already contain 18 variables, then we select only 4 columns. Select is a function that we want to choose columns. But if we want to choose rows, we use filter. So filter is a function to filter row with condition. So take for example, we want to filter data set bank, df.bank, with the balance is more than 1,500. So we use df.bank4. This is the dataset output that we want to produce. From the df.bank is dataset input that we want to choose. And we filter using filter function. And we choose columns, balance. You can check here, column balance. In here, balance more than 1,500. So here there is no df.bank, but we choose df.bank4 as a data set output from the database dataset input df.bank. So we can type Control Enter. There will be df.bank4 that contains all the rows that balance more than 1,500. So there are 3,108 observation, 3,108 rows. And we want to filter the data from dataset bank with the jobs. This is job. There are admin, blue coral, and etc. But we want to select a row from the dataset job that namely management. So we want to put or store the dataset into df.bank5 from data input df.bank using filter function from the column jobs equal management. So note for take a note, if you use the numeric function, you can use one separator. But if you use the text, you should put the question mark and double equal. So we filter the job equals management. So there will be dataset df.bank5 from dataset df.bank where job equal management. This is the DF Bank 5. That job equal management. Should be management. I should check the code. The job should be, all of the row should be management. It's just data type, factor, but in a data sets only contain management. Same before, we want to filter DF bank. Yeah, this is for the single filter, but we can also use percent, this operator. We choose the column job, management, admin, and technician. So we want to filter from the dataset bank, but we not only select management, but management, admin, and technician. We use this syntax: job, person in person, C means column, and we put the filter that we want. So if we run this, this is data bank 6. Sorry, we want just to show the DF bank. This is a job, admin, technician, and management. If you want to, if we not use this separator, means we want just to show the data, but we do not change the data set that already set into environment. But if we want to put the data df.bank into new data set, we can add, like, take for example, bank 6. Means we want to create new data set that filter job only management, admin, and technician. Admin, technician. So this function is just to show the data set, but if you put this syntax, means we want to create new data set, namely the f.bank 6. Okay, I think that's all for data exploration. This syntax is exercise. Maybe you can run each step in the exercise data. So in the exercise, we want to display bank customer data whose job are management and service, with secondary and tertiary education and saving more than 500. So in this case, we just want to filter the data in one column. But in the exercise, we want to display or filter the data in more than one column. So we using jobs column, education columns, and saving columns. So what is the syntax? There will be an answer into next line. This is the chunk for showing or display bank customer data whose job, management, and services. And we use the separator and. Education is secondary and tertiary. So education is secondary and tertiary, and saving more than 500. We choose the column from the bank that defines saving. So saving in a balance more than 500. Okay, This is the exercise if you want to filter or display the customer data whose job are management and service, education are secondary and tertiary, and the saving by using the balance column is more than 500. So this is to show the df.bank. This is df.bank customer data in this filter data. Are everyone or are all the participants already reached into this line? Can you give me a feedback by comment in the column chat? Yes, okay. I think everyone already reached into it page. Okay, next. So we already learned how to read the data, select the data, and filter the data. Next step, if you want to arrange the data, just like an Excel file or Excel document, they are arranged by ascending and descending. Their function is also in R. So by default, we use arrange function to arrange the data or to sort the data. Default, if we just put arrange, then the data will sort ascending. But if we put the descending, we put DESG and we put the column. So arrange data, we want to arrange the DF bank dataset. We arrange by columns balance. So we want to sort the customer data from the bank or bank customer data using balance column with the ascending order. So we can run the chunk. This is the range of customer data from the bank using balance from the negative 686847 into maximum value. Maybe it is next X into balance-nya 0. From negative into 0. Next, if we want to sort the data in the descending order, we use df.bank. This is from the GPLER. We using arrange function and sort in the descending order from column balance. So this is okay, it's not the end actually. So this is the balance from 181204 into negative. Yeah. Next. Can next into, because in the description here is only show top 10 and a row, but the dataset is contain 111162 rows, so maybe it's not showed in here in this slide, in this panel A. So this is if we want to arrange in a ascending order, and this one if we want to arrange in a descending order. Next step, if we want to summarize, but we put to aggregate data. So maybe we want to know the mean of balance. Mean of balance, we name it rata underscores balance. So rata underscores balance is aggregate data from column balance with the aggregate value that we use is mean. So we want to summarize rata.balance is mean of balance column. So to summarize the data from the DF bank, dataset bank, we use summarize. Rata underscores balance is name of column or name of variable that we want to create. And the rata underscores balance contain mean of balance. And A means not available or missing value. True means that we also include the missing value of each row. So yeah, rata underscores balance or mean of the balance. Next, we want to create new variables that derive from another variables. So there in a df underscore bank, there are no variable, namely die per month. But we want to count die per month that we derive from column day. So in the dataset df.bank, there are column, namely day, that contain day. But we want to derive and create new variable, namely day per month, by divide data columns day per 13. So there will be new columns, namely day per month. So day per month is a new column that derive from day divided to 13. Next, if we want to pipping, an operator percent greater than percent, which is used to combine several functions in dplyr package. So maybe if we want to manipulate the original dataset, we want to combine filter, select, or range in one function. So we can use piping. This name is piping, percent greater than percent. We use dplyr for select, like we already learned before. We use dplyr select means we select column, jobs, education, and balance. We also add piping. We filter row that contain job, management, admin, education, and this is N education, secondary and tertiary, and balance more than 14. And we also add piping operator again to arrange by balance. So this is combination of three functions that we already learned before in a dplyr. If we learned before is using piping by one filter, for example, one select, one filter, one arrange. But in this section, we want to combine its manipulation tool, namely select, filter, and arrange in one function. So we use df.bank, piping, select, piping, filter, piping, arrange. So there is three functions that we use. So the result is only job, education, and balance column. and the data set only jobs with management and admin, education, secondary, tertiary, balance more than greater than 5,000, 500s, and we arrange by balance. Arrange, not put descending, means that by default we arrange or sort the data in a ascending order. Okay, I think this is for piping. This combination, I think that all the participants already doing in different tools maybe, and combination of select, filter, and arrange is widely used in the data set. So I think this function is impactful or maybe common to use in another exploration data. Okay, until now is all the participants already manipulation or exploration until this step? Combination of select, filter, and arrange. Yeah. Is there any question? Okay. Maybe I want to next step of the exploration data is aggregate data. If we want to aggregate the data from the basic data set, we can use group by, group underscore by. Group underscore by is a function to aggregate data based on category. I think it's the same when you learn the SQL language. So we can use group by column jobs and education, and we summarize mean balance. Mean underscore balance that I already highlight here is the name of a new column that we want to create it, but it's optional. You can change the name of the column by up to you, maybe rata or something, mean balance. The function is mean bracket balance. This is the function is included missing value or not available. So we want to aggregate the customer bank data by job and education, and we count the mean value of each category. So the dataset will display job and education as an aggregate and the mean balance. So this is the name of the new column that you created by group by job, education, and the number of mean balance. You can change the mean balance here with the name column that you want, set up to you. But the function is mean bracket balance. If we take a look in a code before, if we just use df.bank and summarize, mean we count the mean value of all row, but we adding group by job and education means we count the mean balance by each category. In this case is job and education. This is the mean value. Okay, this is all the material and this is the exercise. If we want to aggregate total balance by marital status and housing and sort from the highest to lowest balance. So we use the bank dataset. We group by marital status and housing. So we use column marital and column housing. And we arrange the total balance. So sum means total, and use column balance. And the name of the new column that we want to create is tot underscore balance. You can name up to you. Maybe you can name it summarize or sum balance or total underscores balance. It's okay. So this is just the name of the new column that we want to create, the aggregate of total balance. And we adding the sort from the highest to the lowest. So the sort from the highest to the lowest means arrange descending of the new column that we create. In this case is TOT underscores balance. So in this, if we run this chunk, it's display the marital and housing. We group by before. Total balance, TOT underscores balance. This contains sum or total number of each of balance of each group A. And we arrange from highest into the lowest means descending order. If we delete the descending, mean we arrange from the lowest to the highest balance. Okay, are all the participants already reach into this combination of aggregate total balance? Yes?
Just want to check any participant who would like to raise any question. Do you face any difficulties following Miss Davis' explanation? Do you get the same result? I know it's quite difficult for training like this, but conducted online. So we try to maximize it. So please, if you have any issue, response. Assume everyone got the same result successfully.
Yeah, hopefully everyone already get the same result.
Anyone, please?
Oh,
There is a
can you
request.
send us our script? Already share in a chat box.
Yes, the image, this one.
Okay, I want to share again for the R basic. Okay,
Yay!
same result.
Same result. Good. Good comment, please. So Miss Dewi just now send the file through chat box.
Yeah.
For our Vietnam colleague. Can you download it? Congrats to LSB colleague who got the same result. How about others? Any participants who would like to say something? Any difficulties following the comment? maybe you can continue, Miss Dewi, please. Sorry
Okay.
for interrupt. Just would like to check whether our participant is still following.
Okay.
Please, Miss Dewi.
Problem. Thank you. Okay, thanks all the participants. Hopefully all of the participants already get the same result in a filter and aggregate the data. Next step, we want to join or merge two data set. So in the join data set, we can combine or merge two data set using five rule. The first is inner join, means we can produce data set whose ID exists in both data set. So inner join means that we want to produce data set whose ID is in by equals is exists in both data set. The second is left join. Left join, we produce new data set whose ID or by this contain ID is exists in left data set. Left means X. So left join X comma Y comma by equals by will be contain ID. X is the data set in the left. Y is data set in the right. So if left join, the ID will be contained in a X dataset or the left dataset. And the right join means that we want to produce dataset whose ID exists in a right dataset or in a Y dataset. Next, the full join means we want to produce dataset that display all rows of both table, even if there is a mixed match in ID. So we want to produce all row from the X dataset and Y dataset. Next, the anti-join means we want to display only mismatch ID. So inner joins mean both dataset, left join the X dataset, ID exists in the X dataset, right join ID available in the Y dataset, full join is all row from the X and Y dataset, and anti-join display only the mixed match ID. So we want to take an example, df1 as a X dataset, and df2 is a right dataset. So we want to create data frame. Create data frame, we use data.frame. So data.frame is used to create data frame. Bracket ID means we want to create data frame. The column ID, W, X, Y, and Z. ID 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is the value or the numbers that we put in the ID numbers. Y is a string data or character data. A, B, C, D, E. X data. So we fill the X column with 1, 1, 0, 0, 1. Y data is numbers also from 1 to 5. And X is letters 11 until 15. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Okay? G, K, L, M, N. Letters 11 into 15. And the second data frame that we want to create, namely the F2. So you can create any data frame with your name. In this case, the F1 and the F2. The F2 is data frame with the ID 3, 5, 7, 8, 11. And column A, B, C, and D. A contain column F, G, H, I, G. B contain 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And C just like Y. And D is letter 16 to 20. Can run and display the data, the F1 and the F2. It's contain 5 variables, ID, Y, X, W, X, Y, Z, and the F2, ID, A, B, C, and D, just like the same. And if we want to show, this is the another option to show the DF in RMarkdown. AD, column W, column X, column Y, and column Z. And the F2 can run column ID, A, B, C, and D. Just the same like we double click in a DF1, it will show the table. The F2, and it's also show the table. Are using view? Just the same. View in a panel B, or maybe double click in a panel C, or you can use the F1 and run. It also show the tables from the data frame that we create before. Okay.
Miss Dewi, before you continue, our colleagues from Vietnam in the chat box may say that I don't know, she or he cannot keep up with the command in the command window. So, Mr. or Miss Ngok An, you would like to raise a question?
Comment in a comment window. Do you mean this comment or another comment?
Or the all comment? Which one particularly?
Okay, I got it.
Okay, I got it. Okay. Sorry again, Dewi, for interrupting. Please go ahead.
Okay, thank you. Okay, we want to create the F3 using the inner join. The inner join means we want to create new data set or new data frame, namely the F3, using ID. So the IDs is ID. So we want to select from 2 data frame here that have the same ID. So di sini, in this case, we will select the ID 3 and ID 5. Inner join. So we can run. So we want to show the ID 3 and ID 5. And the combination, the number of rows is the combination from the F1 and the F2. So the DF1 will contain variables W, X, Y, Z, and the F2 contains variable A, B, C, and D. So this is for the inner join. So we want to show from the DF1 and DF2 with the same IDs. Same IDs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 5, 7, 8, and 11. The first join is inner join. The second, we want to do left join. Means that we want to display the F1 and the F2, but same IDs with the F1 or the left join. And we store it into the F4. So the F4 will contain df1 plus, this is all the df1, plus the variable from df2 with the same IDs with the df1. So the same ID is 3 and 5. And another rows that not match or mismatch will be not available or missing number and null value. Next, right join means we want to combine df1 and df2, but the same IDs as df2 using right join, and we store it into df5. So we want to display df5 because this is the right join. The right one is df2. df2. This is all the df2 and combine with df1, but the same as the same ID with the F2 is 3 and 5. And another rows is rows from the df2 but not match with df1 will be null value. Then full join, we combine df1 and df2 into df6 with this all ID or all available data from df1 and df2. And we see the df1 and df2 all variables in the same, there will be complete value of each variable, but if not match will be not available or null value. Next is anti-join, means we want to display from the df1 and df2, but the ID is mismatched. So only ID number 1, 2, 4 from the df1 and ID 7, 8, 11 from df2. Mismatch. Okay. Well, that's all from the manipulation for the exploratory data analysis. The next step, I think this is the last, is visualization. So for the visualization, we mainly use the ggplot as said before, that in the tidyverse package is contain dplyr that we also show before in the summarization of data. And the histogram for the visualization, histogram, box plot, line chart, we using package ggplot2. Okay, so from this row below is exploratory data analysis but using chart or visualization. The first graph that we want to create is histogram. To create histogram, we using ggplot geom_histogram. Package that we use is ggplot, and the function from ggplot that to create histogram is geom_histogram. The data that we want to use is df.bank and from column balance. Okay, this is the bin, so the length from one stack to another stack is 30. So this is the histogram visualization from the dataset bank. This is the balance from the balance column, bins 30. So we're using the df.bank, ggplot, ice balance, and histogram bins 30. This is the histogram. Next, we want to create box plot from the DF bank using package ggplot. To create box plot, we use the function geom underscore box plot. And the column that we want to use is balance. So, this is we add log, means the normalization or transformation of the data, and fill with education. So we want to create box plot, primary, secondary, and tertiary from the column education and log balance. So this is the outlier of primary education by the balance, secondary education, tertiary education, and unknown. This is the box plot of column balance and column education. Next, we want to make a box plot also, but using one column, just balance. This is for 2 columns, so there is four box plot, but this is just one box plot. So this is the box plot just for balance. From box plot, I think all the participants already a statistician and familiar with box plot. This is the normal distribution, and this is the outlier of row that contains balance. Okay, the third visualization after histogram and box plot is scatter plot. In a scatter plot, we want to know the mapping, of each data. In this case, we want to map maternal, marital, and balance. We use the scatter plot from the DF bank with Y is log balance. This is the transformation of balance. And the X is age. And the dot of the scatter plot represent marital. We use the geom point and smooth. This is the scatter plot of the age and balance, and we divide the marital status, divorce, marriage, and single by each dot. If you want to visualize the 3 columns from dataset. Next visualization is bar chart. We want to create bar chart. From the X column is job and Y column is balance. So we use the ggplot tools and a function geombar to create bar chart from the dataset df.bank. So this is the job. There is 12 vector. In balance is numeric. And we can add the title by add the labs. Labs is the information that we want to put in a graph. So for example, X is job, Y is balance, because it is bar chart, not vertical, not horizontal. Okay, so this is the exercise. We want to create bar chart of total balance by education. So we want to create bar chart of total balance by education. We use ggplot, geombar, but we want to summarize because this instruction, we want to total balance by education. So we group by education and summarize total balance. We combine that we learned in a section above, group by and summarize. So we want to create total balance by education, group by education, and summarize total balance. Using total, so we use sum. Okay, sum balance, and put the numbers of total balance into ggplot. By education, so we reorder education and total balance that we create before, and put geombar, entity, and labs. This is the information that we want to put in a graph. Title is total balance by education. By education, the X is education and the Y is total balance. So this is the education, and this one is total balance. And the title is total balance by education. Next, the last script that we want to learn in the exploratory data is line chart. So in the line chart, we want to use the HDI dataset that we produced before from the URL, right? The HDI that contain 9 variables, namely IT, UTC created, UTC update, country, country code, indicator code, indicator value, and years. So in the line chart is suitable to show or to visualize the time series data. So we choose the HDI. We can show or we can visualize the HDI by year. So X-nya by year. And the Y value is the HDI. And we filter the country. This is the country. We filter the country is Japan, Malaysia, and Qatar. We want to show the HDI, and HDI is represented in a column value. So we choose X is year and Y is value. Value represent HDA. Value from the HDA, DF HDA dataset. We use geom_line for creating line chart, and geom point plus geom point means we want to put a point in each year, and geom text mean we want to add labels in above each point that we want to present in a geom line. Then we want to show using line.hdI. So the geom line, this script is present with this geom line. Geom point is used to visualize the dots in each year. And geom text is used to add the text above the point of each value. And labs is for adding the labels. For example, X is year and Y is HDI and title is HDI by countries. So when we put line underscore HDI, we just created a line HDI in the environment. But if we want to show the graph, we call again line.ldi. So this red one is represent HDA of Japan. The green one is HDA of Malay, and blue one is HDA of Qatar. Okay, I think that's all for the material that we want to present about data exploratory using R. And hopefully all the participants already reach and can catch up with this material. Is there any question, or I over to you, Ibu Sri?
Thank you, Mbak Dewi, for a very comprehensive presentation on basic knowledge on utilization of R package. Would like to invite any question from participants, please. Or maybe after this you can redo it again. You have all the files in the chat box. Or maybe Miss Dewi, if would be appreciated, you can send us the file through email again. So
Okay.
ASEAN Secretariat can forward it through email also to all participants. And then we would really appreciate if all of you can, maybe you have spare time after this, you can try again all the comment. And if you have any issue, you may raise tomorrow. So tomorrow, as mentioned by Miss Erna, we will do some exercise using the R. And then maybe we will have some short discussion also on the data preparation. So if you already have some data, you may also show us and check whether is it so our expert can provide some insight whether the data is already enough, or is there possibility there is any other possible variable that you may include. So if you have prepared your data, please be ready for tomorrow, and we might ask you to show us the data that you have, including the list of variables that we selected. So last chance, is there any question, any participant who would like to raise any question, any comment? No, I see none in the chat box. Okay. If no more question, I think it's a wrap for our today's session. Thank you so much to Miss Dewi. Yeah, we know Miss Nyong Thai from Myanmar. If you after this, if you have any question, you can raise tomorrow. So tomorrow morning before we start our session, we will we'll give you time for question and answer again. So thank you so much, everyone. See you again tomorrow, 9 a.m. And have a good lunch.
Thank you, Miss Sri. Thank you all.
Thank you, Mbak Dewi.